Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. We've got a Dynastar M-Cross 88W for you today. Same structural ski as we had last year. We get a new graphic for 2026, but same great all-mountain carver that we've loved for a few years now. This is a beautifully turning ski that lays down clean arcs on groomers and then has a nice flexible and kind of wider and more tapered shovel that allows it to be a little bit more playful and agile in softer snow. So it does mix attributes of frontside carving with a shorter radius and a strong underfoot zone and through the tail with more off-piste adventures. So shovel is a little bit more playful, tail is a little bit more businesslike, and you can really feel a lot of good energy coming out of the backside of the turn on these skis. A lot of it has to do with that construction. They do use their hybrid core 2.0, 3 different levels of poplar wood in this core, 1 on the bottom, and then the top 2 on top are milled and joined together through friction. So they basically are milling 1 level of wood and then the top and fitting them together and pressing them together without the use of adhesive. And what that does is creates more of a friction-based energy, and you really feel a lot of snap and pop coming out of the rebound as a result. We do get metal full width underfoot, and then that tapers into an H-shaped laminate, so more arms that work independently of each other, putting more pressure along the edges, and then leaving that middle portion unencumbered by that metal so the ski can flex more torsionally when you're up on edge. What that does is it allows more ski to be on the snow more of the time, and that increases the smoothness of the ski. And these do feel very, very smooth in groomed and carved turns, groomed snow and carved turns. Yeah, it's pretty well built ski, full sidewall throughout. Nice and sturdy feel for sure. This is the 158, and we're on the scale here at 1,612 grams. So it has a nice mix of kind of that sturdy feel underfoot and then lighter feel, especially in the shovel. But you can get, a little bit of mobility out of the tails. The big thing that kind of keeps it different from other skis in this 88 range is this length of camber. We do see that long camber shape, nice energy built in, especially through the tail, a little bit more traditional back there. The shovel's more modern looking, longer and lower rocker here, and that aligns well with that more rounded taper shape. So that early taper is brought down into the ski. You're getting some decent flotation out of the shovel here. I don't think anyone's reaching for this on a powder day, but it is certainly helpful as conditions degrade throughout the day. If you have to deal with any adversity out there in snow conditions, whether it's spring snow or kind of melted snow throughout the day or cut up groomers, that tip shape will help you stay on top. It doesn't like to dig down into softer snow. It does like to be a little bit more floaty. But yeah, tail's a little bit more traditional, especially from a profile perspective. That contact point is very close to the very end of the ski. And then a little bit rounder of a turn shape here than we see in some more front-side oriented skis, just allowing you to break free from the turn and just get a little bit more agility as a result. 133, 86, 115 side cut measurements. So decent drop from tip width to tail width, creating more of a pintailed shape. This puts more of the emphasis on the skier to decide turn shape and style, as opposed to being locked into one certain shape. It does make an 11-meter radius, so it does prefer those shorter arcs, and it is very happy to make those turns. You can let it run longer. The tip isn't going to try to hook in and bring you around too aggressively, but you will get a lot of good energy out of the tail, especially if you're going fast and then try to make a shorter carved turn. You will feel the tail, just with that camber and that more traditional look, just bring you around a little bit quicker than you may expect. So be ready for that. Nice responsive tail. We do have some tester feedback here for the M-Cross 88W. Megan Papineau was on the 158 here. She found it a little bit short. She goes, "I was shocked that I enjoyed skiing something so short. It was super fun and playful. I did feel like it was hard to get my feet far out from under me like how I enjoy skiing. Yeah, I think making those high edge angles, and if it takes you a while to build that energy, you'll start to feel that 11-meter radius. I think that if you go a little bit longer, you're bumping up that arc and getting a little bit better compliance at speed. So not that shocked to hear that coming from Megan with a strong racing background, because it does take a while to kind of build that energy in a longer turn form, whereas this 11-meter radius is going to want to bring you around a little bit quicker. But yeah, really strong, smooth ski, great for intermediate through expert level skiers. You know, I do think that the tail is a little bit stiff for kind of a beginning intermediate, you know, but it does, if you are progressing and looking to improve, it's very supportive. But yeah, that's it. That's the Dynastar M-Cross 88W. Make sure to check this ski out here at SkiEssentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.